a lot of pressure, man.
Yeah, it is.
Evil,
Knievel.
not our real names.
Nailed it.
Oh, you want me to do my bit? Okay, here we go.
Who are those guys?
You're gonna love it. It's just a little independent.
That might have been too much, man. Are we on?
Hey, are we on? That's our intro. Are we on?
No. Are we hot?
Are we? Hello, weirdos. Welcome to A Little Independent, the movie podcast where two friends talk about independent, obscure, just plain weird movies. My name's Ryan.
And I'm Todd.
Hey, Todd.
Hey, Ryan. No, it's hi, Ryan.
How's it going, Kathleen Turner?
I have body heat.
Oh, good reference. Here we are again with another episode, and we talked about this last night, we recorded a day later in the week, and it feels like the last one happened very frequently, which is kind of cool by me. I like that.
Yeah, 6 days ago.
Thank you.
Instead of 7.
A little insight, peering behind the curtain, everybody. 6 days ago.
Pay no attention to that.
And do we have any additions to last week? Did we miss something last week with the swimming pool episode?
Oh, boy, we did.
Was there something that was on your mind?
Yeah, but I don't have it right now.
Awesome. Riveting stuff.
You literally just... Crickets.
Okay, that's all right. Maybe you'll think of it. Just shout it sporadically during the middle of this.
Oh, yes, there it is. It, through the gray matter, it has.
Yes,
it has
there
come
it is.
forth.
That's the nerdy version of that
song. So I saw
song.
an interview with the girl, a current
The
interview,
lead.
2 months old,
Right.
Ludivine,
Yeah.
and she's now like 41 or whatever it is, and she's getting a movie called Dad's Woods, or Into Dad's
God almighty.
Into Dad's
Don't.
Woods.
That can't be it.
Except
That's the grossest thing I've
she
ever
has
heard.
a 15-year-old daughter, so the daughter's now she's the mom, and now she has this crazy promiscuous daughter. Welcome to France.
Into Dad, and I guess we should apologize to the French. We were pretty rough on the French during that swimming pool episode.
Well, it was kind of a fun,
Because anytime something was weird, we'd just say, blame it on the French. It's French.
right, and we used the French word.
But I will say that I did, and I didn't tell you this, I did finish the Planet of the Apes novel, which was written by a French author. Also the author of The Bridge Over the River Kwai, which is interesting.
Yeah, filmed in France, right?
And I do like French literature. The Stranger by Albert Camus is one of my favorite books. And there is a certain tone of French literature. They exclaim a lot, and it's very existential, and it's, oh my, the universe. In Planet of the Apes, the book has a lot of that.
Okay.
And I'll have to give it to you. I have it. I can give to you. I totally recommend you read it. The ending is not like in the movie, but it's still, I'd say, a surprise ending. 100%.
So the Statue of Liberty
No.
is not.
Absolutely not.
Even though it exists in France and America. American film.
Yeah.
French
it
writer.
doesn't end with the Eiffel Tower and ruins on a beach
One of the greatest
either.
sci-fi endings of all time.
I'd say
What is better?
I don't want to comment on what is better. It's you kind of see it coming, and it kind of has a 1-2 ending because how it starts. It's really different from the movie, but
Okay.
there are really cool premises in it, and the world of the Planet of the Apes is much more like ours. There's cars and streets, and they wear clothing similar to ours. But it still has a couple
budget restrictions.
a couple of 1-2, and you don't have
Yeah.
Charlton Heston just like, it's a French guy.
Yeah, Nova, just put on this fur thing.
Can you imagine? It's like, oh, Nova, I wish you could talk to me, rather than like, oh, does she understand me? I don't even know.
Can you hear him saying it in a French voice? Like, can you love?
I wonder if you're even capable of love.
Oui, can you love?
But
It just wouldn't work.
the lead character, I forget the name. I keep forgetting the name, but it's not Taylor, and that kind of messes you up while you're reading it. But it's a really good book. Nova is Nova. There are and a lot of the ape names are similar. Cornelius and It's a good book. It's a really good book. It's sad. It's like a 264-page book that took me like a month to read because I have no time.
Well, the movie was 1968, so when do you think the book came out?
A few years before, I think.
It
I
wasn't
think it was optioned pretty
It
quickly.
wasn't real long. Okay.
No. But it's a really well done book, and it again is very French. Like, oh, my brain, like there's exclamations of these intrinsic problems that he's having and these existential issues of being the only sentient human among an ape culture.
He's a drama queen.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
So last week was Todd's movie Swimming Pool. That was a lot of fun, and I'd said that I was on a run of erotic thrillers, of which
From the 90s.
that was the third and the most fun to watch, to be sure. But for this episode, it's my movie, and it didn't take long to get to a horror movie for me. So I went with 2014's Poker Night.
Yeah, and there is like a 2016, 17 Poker Night,
Oh,
same
is there?
title. Yeah, because they both
Yes,
popped
that's
up.
not
so
surprising.
make sure the Scary Mask in 2014. That's the one we're
Yeah,
doing.
we're going to get into the cover because the cover almost made me not rent this movie at first. But 2014 Poker Night and the description of the film: when a new detective is caught by a vicious psychopath and locked in a basement, he must use the knowledge he learned from some of the best detectives at poker night, then match wits against his captor. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you can pull the curtain down.
From
That's
IMDb.
beginning to end.
And so how did you watch the movie?
I watched it on YouTube.
Okay.
Yep.
So at present, at least as of April 13th, 2021, not available online. I own it on a previously viewed DVD that I purchased from Family Video.
Because it was a one-off.
It was a one-off.
You have a whole thing with the one-offs.
Yes, at the video store, the one copy. In this one, the cover, and looking back on it, the cover, doesn't bother me that much, but, we'll put the cover on the Facebook page. But the cover looked cheesier than maybe I'd normally like, but the names of the actors pulled me in. That's the only reason I rented it.
Well, it is a pretty good cast.
It's, astoundingly good.
Yeah, and all of them at that time were doing
Yeah, from
Big
TV, film,
doing big TV series. Yeah,
So that pulled me in, and I'm glad. Having said that,
yeah.
it's been a little while since I've watched it, and I'm going to be pretty tough on... This is probably as tough as I'm going to be on one of my movies thus far, because I do have some questions. I'm not sad that we're doing it, because I want people to see it. There are some, tougher elements of it.
I'm sure there's a serious cult following for this movie. There's just got to be, with all its quirkiness and
It's one of those, like, I'd see Joe Bob Briggs doing it on The Last Drive-In, in a few years. But there was something I remember that I went into it thinking, slasher maybe, but it was more clever than I expected. It's billed as a crime mystery thriller. So horror, at least on IMDb, is not in the description. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, depending on, if you think of slasher films as horror, then you don't.
Do you look at this like a slasher?
No, that's what I say. I don't.
I think I would say it's a horror movie for sure.
Well, sometimes when people think horror, there's got to be all the slashing and
But there's some pretty
severe-
horrifying shit in this movie.
right, but it's not the slasher horror film.
Yeah, but a slasher, there's many genres of horror: psychological, spectral, hauntings.
Well,
I totally consider this a horror movie.
Is our shirts a representation of a horror movie?
Is Silence of the Lambs a horror movie? I'd say yeah.
Wait.
Wait, let me ask
I don't think so.
this other person.
I think it is a
Psychological thriller?
Well, I don't know if we'd put thriller, but psychological.
There's a guy who wears another man's face on his face. There's also a scene where Hannibal Lecter has crucified a man, split him open, his guts are all over.
Yeah.
How he did that is another podcast. I don't know if we can spin off how'd they do that in the movies. But when he escapes from that jail cell and he literally crucifies a guy up in the ceiling with strobe lights. And then Jim Pembrey, damn it, talk to him. Hey, Jim, you're looking real good, buddy.
Yeah, I think my definition of horror film might just be a little bit different than yours is all.
Yeah.
Because of the way,
I find
agree with
elements
everything
of
you're
a
saying.
guy in a mask who murders, who abducts people, who does horrible things to them. That's a horror movie. But traditionally, you don't see a lot of death or killing. You see the aftermath of it. You see,
Yeah.
and it has this element of whimsy, which may polarize people.
Well, and some of the music's that way too.
Yeah, and there's time jumps, and reading the reviews, a lot of the reason why people didn't like this movie was they didn't understand the time jumps, and I kind of get it, but we'll get to it. But it stars, and this is billed on IMDb, Bo Murchoff as Stan Jeter. That's the lead.
Yep.
Have you seen him in anything?
No. He
I-
kind of looks like the guy that was in Godzilla 2014. Godzilla.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah.
From Kick-Ass, who's way... I kind of hate this guy. I kind of hate the lead actor in this
You
movie.
hate Stanley?
Stan Jeter.
Right?
Stan Jeter, I think.
Jeter.
The only thing that he's notable, he was in the Flatliners, the 2017 Flatliners remake.
Oh, I didn't watch that.
I think I kind of hate this guy. But, again, it's been a while.
Right, but I was just laughing because it's you pick your movie and then like I hate the lead actor.
But
in
it's
this movie.
okay. There's plenty of movies that I love and I want people to watch that may have elements that aren't perfect. Then it stars Ron Pearlman as Calabrese. And, I mean, what do you say about Ron Pearlman? This fucking guy is a legend.
His performance in Quest for Fire as a caveman exceeds everything.
Yeah. He has 263 acting credits to his name.
My God.
The guy essentially is in everything.
Yeah.
Of course, I mean, for Hellboy, he was amazing in. I want to plug a recent movie, Monster Hunter. It's a video game adaptation, Mila Jovovich and my man Tony Jaa. I love Tony Jaa. But Ron Pearlman shows up in this with weird braids, and it's just a Ron Pearlman thing for him to be in because he's not in it a bunch, but you're like, fucking Ron Pearlman.
Yeah.
He's in another underrated movie that I love called The Mutant Chronicles, which is a fun sci-fi movie with Tom Jane. And he is in a Star Trek Next Generation movie. And it's Star Trek Nemesis. And you'll know why I love this because Tom Hardy, at age 17 or 18, plays the main villain in Star Trek Nemesis. And Ron Pearlman plays his mutant, heavily make-upped second in command.
Oh, how about Enemy at the Gates, where he's giving that description of his teeth being knocked out?
Oh, yeah.
That was
my
brilliant.
God. Beauty and the Beast, I think he's well known for. So Ron Pearlman. Then you have Giancarlo Esposito as Bernard. I think probably best known for Breaking Bad, would you say?
Yeah, I've actually started watching Breaking Bad for the first time a couple weeks ago. I had never gone into the series.
He runs a chicken restaurant or a chain of in Breaking Bad.
I didn't get that far then.
He's in The Mandalorian. But again, this is somebody who's been in almost 200 productions.
Yeah.
And he's great as a young person. Now, he's in Trading Places as Cellmate 2. So when Eddie Murphy, I know this, Eddie Murphy gets arrested and he does that like, I'm a karate man, I bleed on the inside. And those two guys are in there mean mugging him like, yeah. Giancarlo Esposito is one. He's also in Maximum Overdrive, which is a movie for some reason I've been watching a shitload of lately. He's the guy in the video arcade room, and like the cigarette machine starts going crazy, and he starts filling his pockets with cigarettes, and then he gets exploded. And he's in a movie that I watched recently that I'd forgot about, Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man.
I have seen that. Ricky Rourke, right?
Yeah, and Don Johnson.
And
Don Johnson.
yeah, I wanted to say.
And do you remember that it's a sci-fi movie? It's set in the future.
No.
So bizarre. But Giancarlo Esposito is like getting acclaim now because he's more refined and Breaking Bad and Mandalorian, but he's been in a ton of stuff. And he's somebody who, like Ron Pearlman, when they pop up, you're like, yes,
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy with this.
As you're going down this great cast, you have this newer writer-director, right? The only way you get people like this in a movie is the script.
True.
They read the script and it's not the money. they're busy as shit during
You can tell.
2014 doing all these TV series.
Yeah.
They read the script and they say, yeah, I want to do this.
And I think it's the flashbacks that probably hooked him. The way they were written. If I looked at the script, I'd love to see it.
Well,
but
I think it's just original. The
overall, the
overall thing of it, exactly.
And there's so many switcheroos and so many gotchas that maybe it seems too much, but on the page, I bet it was really compelling. So you have Titus Welliver as Maxwell, and I've never watched the show, but he's best known for that show Bosch.
Don't know.
I don't know much about it, and I don't want to sound ignorant, but I think it's a cop show, and I feel like in this movie, he's that character. Tough, upset, angry all the time, beard.
Which one is he?
He's the bearded guy.
Amy's dad?
Spoiler, yeah.
That wasn't a spoiler.
He's the angry guy. He's known. I looked through. I looked through his movies. He played the cop who maced Jim Morrison in the Doors movie. So Val Kilmer is Jim Morrison. He's credited as macing cop. He had an uncredited role in Air Force One, which is just a movie I wanted to bring up because I shamelessly love it. But I loved him. He was in Argo. He was great in Argo. And that's a movie that I really like, and I've watched several times over.
The Affleck?
Yeah.
All right.
It's
Affleck.
Yes, the movie about the duck. Then we have Ron Eldard as Cunningham. And Ron Eldard, he's the guy with the long blonde hair. And he's somebody I remember. I look at him and I see him as a child actor.
Well, he's like a motorcycle dude or something in one of the what series?
Anarchy
is
Sons of
Pearlman.
Anarchy is Ron Pearlman.
Yeah.
So
Walking Dead, maybe?
I don't know.
He's in something.
I see him as
There's
a kid.
people screaming at us right now.
Yeah, that's
Just
true.
like,
you dumb
you
bastards.
said you didn't want to sound like an idiot.
But I maybe I don't because he's in Drop Dead Fred.
Oh,
one of the most upsetting bonkers movies of all time. He's in Sleepers. Remember Sleepers? Kevin
Vaguely.
Bacon. About the kids who end up in prison, and Kevin Bacon is their crazy, unbelievable movie. I love this guy in a movie that's really cheesy called Ghost Ship. It's a haunted cruise ship movie with Gabriel Byrne. He's in that. He's good in that. And he's in a movie that's the saddest movie I think I've ever seen called The House of Sand and Fog with Ben Kingsley and Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen, don't. Listeners, don't. It's the saddest goddamn movie I've ever seen.
Cover, he's like profile bald.
Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ. Sometimes you watch a movie and you're like, this is not fucking, there's no reason for this. Like, why did you do this? I get for the artistic reason, but I am severely depressed right now.
Well, who signed on first, Conley or Gandhi? That's the question.
I bet. I mean, again, for the scripts,
yeah,
it's on the page probably beautiful, but visually and watching the movie is heartbreaking.
And this is a neat little tidbit because I watched Gandhi not too long ago. But did you know that was his first leading role and only his second movie? That's
interesting. No, it's kind of like Peter O'Toole's first leading role was Lawrence of Arabia.
Yeah, so it was just he did one other movie credit, but he wasn't a lead or anything.
Yeah,
I mean, and that was, to me, we said that before. I mean, just one of the best performances ever.
Unreal. I wasn't going to include this guy because he wasn't that important to the story, but Corey Large plays Davis, the hammer, or what do you call that? Hammerhead mustache.
The Chicago cop.
The Chicago cop. Now, he's got an uncredited role in Lone Survivor and Machine Gun Preacher, two movies I like.
Yep.
But he's an executive producer on like 30 movies, including Heist, the movie with Robert De Niro, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and Dave Bautista on the bus with Gina Carano, although we shouldn't talk about her, I guess, too much lately. He executive produced It Follows, that like awesome indie horror movie that came out a few years ago. The Angriest Man in Brooklyn, which I believe was Robin Williams' last film. The November Man, which is a great movie with Pierce Brosnan. He's the executive producer on Zombievers, a movie that will be discussed on this show.
That's definitely in the...
And then Marauders, First Kill, and a whole bunch of others, all those Bruce Willis straight-to-video that we've been talking about.
Yeah.
This guy is executive producer on like 4 of them.
So He's in with Willis.
So
and all
it's
this.
weird that he's in the movie.
Do it
He's
for the money.
fine.
Yeah, I wonder
Um,
what exactly his. What do you do as an executive producer for all those?
Yeah, I mean
kinds of
he's a busy guy, and he kind of comes across that way. He's got that like commanding presence, kind of a bully. Not to say executive producers are bullies, but it takes a certain type, right? Then in the cast we have Michael Eklund, and he is billed as the Man, who is our villain.
Where's the man?
And
Didn't you leave somebody out? Isn't there one more?
No, I'm not
Isn't there
even
somebody
done yet. I know we got a longer cast list
kind of
because
long
of
blonde hair.
the movies that I do. But Michael Eklund has been in a lot. He's been in over 100 movies, 150 something. He's in 88 Minutes, this terrible movie with Al Pacino that I watched for another podcast that I listened to. He's in a horror movie called Nurse 3D, which is one of the most bananas. Like, if you're a fan of like full frontal female nudity, you'll love this movie. He's in Mr. Right. Have you heard me talk about Mr. Right with Sam Rockwell?
Yeah, you had me watch that. A while
I
back,
love that
a couple
movie.
years ago.
And he is in a movie called Into the Forest.
What?
I'm just going to let you stew on that for a second. He is in a movie called Into the Forest.
Wait, there's our first.
Second.
Is he the guy that attacks?
Correct. Is your mind
Get
blown
the
right
fuck
now?
out of town.
I can't. No, he's that guy.
He's
And
really young.
I think
though.
we talked about this before, and maybe you forgot.
Maybe it's the haircut.
Yeah. No, he's gross and greasy in Into the Forest. He's kind of gross and greasy in this. It's that guy.
He's the one that Evelyn Rachel Wood
Correct. Yeah, that's the guy.
destroys her.
Same actor. Yeah.
God, I told you he looked familiar.
See, I knew your mind would be blown.
All right, I'm signed out.
And then we've got Halston Sage as Amy. Had you seen her in anything before?
No.
I hadn't either. She's in Neighbors, a fun horror comedy called Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. And she kind of made it big time because she plays Dazzler in X-Men Dark Phoenix, which I didn't see. I was succumbed to the pressure of like, it sucked and I didn't watch it. But I mean, so she's in the Marvel Universe.
Oh, well, hey.
And because last week and this week we had an age issue, I had to look it up. And in this movie, she was 21 at the time.
Oh.
So we'll get into that. The tagline.
But she plays a 17-year-old.
I think,
we assume
I think
she's
younger.
17.
I think younger. We'll get into it. It's gross.
Okay.
But tagline. How would you tagline this movie? Like, would you go the traditional route? Did you look up taglines?
I did not. No. I always like it because when you read them, I'm surprised.
All right. Well, the tagline on the box of the DVD, which I own, is "Killer Hand."
Oh God.
But there's an alternate tagline.
That I don't like that one.
I know. It looks good on the box. The way it's like the killer with the mask and he's holding cards and it's got
Right,
the
but it's
characters'
like a death
faces on
poker
them.
match.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
very misleading.
It is, which is why I almost didn't rent it. But the second tagline is, "How do you catch a killer when he's holding all the cards?"
Don't
I
like
know.
that one
It's
either.
fucking shitty. Like, they went with the easy stuff, but I guess, with the cover, that's marketing. See, that's marketing. That's not the filmmakers. That's a marketing douchebag who's like, oh, let's do a card thing. It's an hour and 44 minutes.
Well, it is called Poker Night.
No budget info. It has an alternate title called Joker, which I thought was interesting. No budget info, and the box office, total box office draw, $7,457.
You in the U.S.
Total.
in the world.
That's what I found. It
In
probably
the
wasn't
world
released in
where
many.
your movie only makes $7,500. With
most
Ron Pearlman.
with most of your movies, we talk about the awards it's won. This movie did not win any awards.
Well, did it get into a festival?
I can't find that it did. It's set and it's noted, and I didn't really notice this too much. It's set in Warsaw, Indiana. That's a big part when you research this movie a little
God,
bit.
I hope it's not near Delphi.
Yeah, but
I
it
am
was
completely
filmed.
obsessed with the Delphi murders.
It was filmed in Victoria, British Columbia. So it wasn't filmed in Indiana, but it's set in Indiana, and that's
Well, they never mentioned.
it. Doesn't right?
They
Did
never
I miss
mention
something?
where they're at that I recall.
Yeah. So the movie opens with our lead Stan leaving a house, and assumed it's that the poker game that we see for the bulk of the movie, correct?
Isn't he laying on the ground all bloody,
Well, yeah, he's laying on the. Oh, that's right. He's laying on the ground all bloody.
which is close
That's
to the end?
The
yeah.
voiceover, and there's a lot of voiceover in this movie, and you don't typically like voiceover.
I don't, but I did in this one, especially early on.
What was it about the voiceover that you liked?
I don't know. It wasn't so much where it was exposition, even though voiceover is. It's just the way it was narrated. It just kind of, it's a cop movie, and
Right.
you got your dragged out narration going on, and it just, I don't know, it worked.
Yeah,
It didn't
I
annoy
agree.
me. Yeah.
I agree. But I did not like this actor. I think he was best in voiceover, and when he's like stress or hurt acting, when he's like, "Arr!" But so then
Well, he gets a lot of that.
Yeah, he does.
He gets
Jesus.
hurt a lot.
It cuts to him leaving a house with Ron Pearlman after you don't really know why they're leaving, but what I noticed is Ron Pearlman calls him a hero and calls him a wet-nosed SOB political appointee. So they're kind of teeing up because he's very young.
Yeah.
And that's the whole tone of this, is that he did something heroic, and because of it, he's been promoted to detective.
With all these grizzled.
But he seems like
Veterans.
a 12-year-old boy.
Yeah.
And that's just the actor, maybe. I mean, he looks like a 12-year-old boy.
Especially when he's in uniform,
Exactly.
when he's in his.
So he looks like a
detective street
rookie.
clothes,
Like he is not like. So if you're a rookie and you solve accidentally, which we'll get to, a really big case or something, do they just promote you to detective?
Yeah, there's a few leaps of reality in here.
Okay, thank you. What I did note is Ron Pearlman is the best at being just a bitter. Like when he says "fuck you" to him at the beginning, fuck you. He's just worn. You said grizzled. He's just the best at it.
Yeah.
But he's so affable.
Yeah, and then he put that little diamond stud earring in his left
Oh,
ear.
God, I
just
want
the
to talk
tiny-
about the earring for
just the
4
tiny little
years.
one.
God. Then it's
I
a
thought
hoop.
that was a
It's
pretty
a hoop
interesting
in a
choice.
previous. The earring is such a fucked up choice.
I never saw the hoop.
There's a hoop.
He changed his earring
yeah,
out
yeah,
throughout.
Yeah, I have a note. Pearlman's earring. Please discuss.
Only you would see that stuff.
God almighty. So, again, we learn later that they're leaving this poker game, but Stan decides to take a domestic disturbance call, which is interesting.
Yeah, so he's drunk.
Well, you assume that, they were on a social visit, and he thinks about taking the call, but he takes it.
Yeah.
Which
well, in the
is
narration, he says, his judgment was
Yeah,
impaired. He
yeah.
had too much. He had too much to drink at the poker game.
And so you're, as an audience member, like, why are you doing this?
Yeah. Why is he even on duty?
Well, I don't think he is. That's the thing. He responds to the call, but again, people can write us in a little independent podcast at gmail.com. If you're a police officer, are you able to take a call if you're off duty?
And drunk.
And you shouldn't. That's just a judgment call. But he takes a call, and he's driving to this call, and as he's driving to this call, across the street runs a disheveled woman in distress.
Like in a handmade tarp, like a Rambo tarp, Rambo 1.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Yes, he
But doesn't
warms
it-
himself with a tarp, but doesn't cover his arms.
Yeah. The tarp from First Blood.
That's right.
Is used in this movie.
So this
Worn by a
distracts him.
girl.
So one must wonder what happened to that domestic disturbance call. So fuck those people, I guess. They can beat each other up.
Well, turns out we find out later. I mean, he knows the gal by name.
So he stops the car and he goes off into the side going, what happened to this girl? And he says her name, right?
Yeah.
Amy.
Yeah.
And he gets tased. This movie is like sales for tasers because tasers are so effective in this movie. If
Yeah.
you're going to be a villain or a weirdo, go ahead.
And
Taser for you.
And he does it in the neck.
He
And then
tases them in
boom,
the
they're
neck.
unconscious. So that would be, there's some YouTube videos to try and find out.
Yeah. I mean,
If that actually,
I'm sure it would. I'm sure it would suck getting tased in the neck.
yeah, but do you go unconscious?
I don't know. Again, write us in, or we could do a jackass thing in our next podcast. We try it out on each other.
No.
That's a great idea. So, and then somebody, this assailant, clips a chain to her neck. Now, what we find out,
He electrocutes her too.
Yeah.
Like she has a dog
Tases
collar
her.
or some shit on. Remember?
and so what we find out later is this was all a snare to get Stan, to get him abducted. Now, did the killer, let's just call him the killer,
The man.
how did he release her on purpose? How did he know that Stan would be driving along that road?
Well, when you're driving along the highway and you see the deer crossing sign, he set it up where there was an Amy crossing sign. And then as the car comes, she runs across the road.
Yeah, like run.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Let her
But
out of a
how
cage
is
like in
so does he have a
Predators.
police scanner? So, okay, fine. But again, it seems like kind of a long shot. But in some of his voiceover, he mentioned that the reason why he's a hero is because he brought down Terrence Albee. So they're kind of starting to build this thing. Now, I get that there's time jumps, but right now, you see the first scene, you maybe think this is later in the movie, but now it's linear for now.
Yeah.
He's leaving a thing. He goes to a domestic disturbance call. He is distracted from that, and he's
Yeah.
captured.
There hasn't been a flashback. It's live at this point. Yeah.
And so then it goes back. It does go back to the poker game at this point, and it's them all arriving. It's the as you said, the veterans, the grizzled veterans, which I think is kind of cool because in one of his voiceovers, he talks about this town and how they actively in the police force go after these legends in kind of their golden years, and they like live out their last few remaining years on the force,
Right.
like cleaning shit up and just being badass.
Well, in training the new
training the
new
new,
bloods
yeah.
that are coming into this growing town is how they describe it.
Which I think is kind of a neat.
Yeah.
That's kind of a neat thing and smart. So
It's
municipalities
like
out there,
baseball. You always got to have a few veterans on the team for
there you go.
the young
Don't
Cubs.
push them
so
aside.
I'm thinking he's a baseball fan, the writer, and probably was never a cop.
Yeah, yeah, because they wouldn't let Ron Pearlman wear that hoop earring when he was directing anybody.
Well,
Like, some assailant could rip that right out of your
some
ear,
of the
dude.
stuff that goes on around the poker table, they could totally. I have spent some time with some off-duty police, in my previous jobs and stuff, and
Ooh,
a lot of that is
do tell.
to talk that way.
Is
There's
it-
a lot.
so this
there's-
is accurate.
some of it is, yeah. The way they, the fuck you stuff.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of.
And it's a lot of like, you want me to put on a dress. You want to put on a dress, put on a dress. So this
and
misogynist
if
stuff.
one of them had ever said, "Give me a kiss," they would never live it down.
Oh, okay.
Even though it was like the greatest ruse of all time. I mean that plays.
That's a good story. So what I noticed about the poker night was it's a bunch of, veteran detectives. They're bringing this, Stan in. He's new, but there's some resentment. And right away with Maxwell, who we find out later is important, and Stan have beef. They have tension right away. Like Maxwell says, I wouldn't, if it were up to me, you wouldn't be here.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
Well, we find out later.
Do you think he knows about him and the daughter?
The daughter at this point was
Because she's already been kidnapped.
right.
So why is Maxwell upset with Stan? Because it ostensibly is because he's dating his
Yeah, he knows about it.
13-year-old daughter, essentially.
13.
She's young.
He's
gross.
17. That girl is not 13.
They don't say it. And she's 21 in the movie.
She says I'm almost an adult.
Yeah. It's still gross, Stan. Maybe that's why I don't like this character, because he questionable choices.
Could it be that you're relating to
Nope.
family life and somebody
Nope.
getting close to entering into the dating realm?
That's not correct.
Is it a little self-reflection?
Thank you, COVID.
You're never leaving the house.
That's right.
It's the law.
You can date on Zoom, and I'm going to be right behind your shoulder. Just
that's-
mean mugging you, motherfucker.
Oh, you have so. I raised 3 girls, Ryan. You'll make it
I
through.
know.
And I can tell you,
did it.
it sucks.
So,
The dating
what I
aspect of
noticed
it.
about the poker night is on the kitchen table, they've got a pretty nice little
Oh yeah.
display of snacks. It's like coming over to my house when you do. I treat you right. I get some gherkins. I get some mixed nuts. There's some cheeses.
Yeah. You go above and beyond.
There's maybe some sausages, different varieties.
varietal.
I'm here for you. But in this, you didn't expect that. You expected a pile of like broken up Doritos and a bag of Ruffles.
I did expect a cigar. I don't think we had a cigar.
True.
Nobody had a stogie.
But a lot of people smoked. I think like 4 of the detectives all smoked cigarettes, which was weird to see in 2014. So what they start to do, and a part of this movie that I love is the flashbacks. And so they start with Cunningham's flashback, the long blonde guy. And what I got this time that I didn't get last time was there's a lesson to be learned from each of the flashbacks that applies to Stan's situation that he's in after the poker game.
Yeah.
And I didn't get them all, so I'm going to have to ask you about your thoughts.
Yeah, and there might be one of them where there really wasn't, or I didn't notice one stand out because it's a
I had a
tennis
couple
match.
of questions.
It goes from the poker game to the real life kidnapping,
But
back
Cunningham's,
to the poker game to the story.
His flashback is about a guy he's after who killed 2 police officers. They can't find the bodies, and he knows who this is, and he's on it too long, and they tell him that you're done, we're not doing overtime. And he does something really clever, and he goes to the bar where this suspect is.
Mm-hmm.
And what I noticed in the bar, because I clock this in movies, because I know they're not drinking real booze, but the whiskey looked like apple juice. It was real light. Because I think typically they'd get like, iced tea or something dark. This looked real light.
Yeah.
And they're not obviously drinking booze. And he says, and I probably won't go, I don't think we should go into too much detail on each flashback, but this one, the suspect says, "Why are you so happy?" And he's like, "You know what? I'm a
Best
cop.
day of my
I've
life."
been after this guy forever. I know where he's buried these bodies." And then he pieces out and he watches this suspect freak out, go to where these bodies are buried to ostensibly maybe dig them up to move them. And that's how he captures the suspect, which I thought was really clever.
Yeah.
And this is the one flashback that you don't have Stan in. That's why I really like the other flashbacks, because they put Stan in the flashback as the character and then the character as themselves at the time.
Yep.
Which was kind of cool. So what I got was be smart, be clever, try to outwit the suspect.
Yeah, and Pearlman makes the comment about, that comes from being a veteran and years of experience. You can't teach that shit.
Exactly.
All that kind of thing.
And this whole movie is like the Canterbury Tales by Chaucer. If you think about it.
Well, I
right?
can't
it's just
because I don't I don't know them.
Did I just don't? You can pretend. I won't call you out on that. It's the idea of somebody traveling along the road and other people are telling their stories, and you're getting something from it. It's kind of a classic tale. All right, that's for all you nerds out there, I guess. Who just nerds? Thank you, ogre. So, then we see the fact that, they're kind of ribbing this guy. You're not going to win a hand. And we find out that Ron Pearlman's character, Calabrese, saved Stan's life.
Yeah, and they call him lieutenant. So he's like the ranking.
He is the ranking
They all
officer.
report to him.
Right. That's a good point.
Yeah.
But they're still equal. You know what I mean? There's reverence, but it's camaraderie.
It's his team.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Pearlman's team.
And what I liked about that is you see, it's a shootout and Pearlman's character, just pulls him out of the way of a bullet. And at the after party, I guess it's the shootout after party.
In a bar,
Stan says, "Thank you." And Pearlman, and I don't have the exact, but he said, "Don't thank me, just be better."
Yeah. Well, he says, "Fuck you" first, which
Of
now
course
that's
he
total
does.
cop. Somebody like,
Yeah.
fuck you.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Boy, get in a dress. But he says, "Be better." And be better for the next person to teach them.
Yeah,
So
you
this
learn
is the
from
whole thing.
what I did and save the next
Yeah.
guy's life. That's how you thank me.
And it just, and that's where the earring was, I think, in that flashback when he saves him. He's
The
wearing
hoop?
like a hoop earring.
Was
And
it
if I'm wrong,
like a big giant?
pretty big.
Yeah. You
Again,
can't see me, but I'm making a
it
big
says
circle.
Pearlman's earring. Because I didn't notice the diamond stud you talked about.
No, that's what I thought he wore through the whole movie.
But
I never
holy
saw
cow.
a hoop.
So now we go back to Stan, who's abducted. He's tied to a chair. And there is I don't want to say killer, there's an abductor.
Yeah, with craziest masks.
So, okay, what are your thoughts on The Mask?
I love that mask. And the way the actor used the mask, if you watch, it was weird. It kept standing out to me, but he would hold his mouth open inside the mask, creating this effect with the mask to make the mouth open and shut.
Yeah.
So when you see the profile, you would see the actor's mouth wide open when he's not talking.
Yeah.
To make the mask like form a certain way, and it was I thought he played that really. It was awesome.
I agree. And it's got to be that actor inside, right? It's not one of those like, a stunt
I
man
hope
or
so.
stunt. It has to be.
Although after Into the Forest, I just want to beat the shit out of
No,
him.
he's a creepy motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, this role's like the creepiest ever.
Yeah.
And then now that you did that.
So The Mask felt really reptilian to me. It had this, I couldn't tell what he made it out of.
The Star Trek, those green things in Star Trek.
Yeah.
That's what you're thinking. There's a name for them. They
You mean
The
Land of the Lost, Slee Stacks? It just has this look to it. It's homemade.
Yeah.
And it's sewn in the mouth.
It looks like it's skin to me. Like
Well,
some type of hide.
I was thinking the same thing. That's where reptilian came. So I'd love to know more about the production design. Like, how'd they come up with the mask? I can't find anything about it.
And he's
because
got more than one.
I agree with yes, he does.
We'll find out later.
And the second one looks identical to the first one, although the body type isn't the same. But I love the mask, and this is where the movie, it went from normal fare to really fun for me is the killer's flashback. When he talked about his purpose, and it's
the music that they play when he's in his suit, and he's wearing the mask when he's in his daily. He's a normal
he's a
guy,
sharp dressed guy, a thin guy with a
Super
vest
thin.
and a tie, and he goes. He's telling Stan why he is what he is, and he said he was a guy who had a 9 to 5, and in the flashback he's wearing the mask, which makes it so ridiculous.
Skinny tie, just
and he's leaving his house and he's waving to his family
and
with this
ridiculous,
horrible mask.
this ridiculous upbeat music.
And he realizes that, he wants something else. And most people want something else. They're going to, try their passionate music or whatever. But you honed in on goals because he said you need goals, and maybe he felt aimless, but his goals go from 0 to insane really fast. But he decides that he has 2 goals. He writes them down, puts them on a piece of paper. I'm not going to say what they are because they're horrible.
This is his purpose in life. This is what he wants out of life, which is really one goal. It's really just number one.
There's one goal, and goal number 2 is kill anybody who gets in my way of goal number 1.
Yeah.
Goal number 1 is awful. But what I think is interesting is they make a point to show that he murders his family and sets his house on fire.
Yep.
How does he not get caught for that? How is he not the number 1 suspect in his family's murder?
Because he apparently disappears, but they do portray him as being brilliant. So
he does know how to disappear well.
Yeah.
But that just kind of got me. I noted okay, that's a little bit of an issue. He would be the prime suspect in that crime. Just looking at him, the mustache, everything,
the haircut.
You did it. You did it. But that's fine. And then we kind of cut back to Stan in captivity, and we find that he's captured with another person who is ostensibly the female that you saw in the beginning, and it's Amy, who is somebody Stan knows.
Yeah. Yeah, and there was that scene, too, with Pearlman interrogating Stan as a new detective, wanting to know if there's anything between him and Amy.
Right. And you don't know who Amy is at this point, but it's clear that she's a minor.
Yeah.
And Stan is kind of... This is the problem I have with this movie. Is she breaks out of her house, or sneaks out of her house.
Yeah.
And he drives her around. Now, it's nothing lascivious. It's nothing gross.
Yeah.
But she is making advances on him.
Brian, I'm sorry to be the one to break this to you, but teenage girls, 15, 16, 17-year-old girls, will climb out a window to go meet a boy while mom and dad are sleeping.
That's a bunch of horse shit. Nobody does that anymore.
They
But Stan should shut this shit down, especially if he knows that it's Maxwell's daughter. Why would you? That's the flaw in that character. And a lot of the negative reviews are about the fact
he tries.
And again, she
He
tries to
didn't-
kiss on him, and he does not respond.
Yeah, he says, "You're not an adult," and she says, "I'm almost
He
an
should
adult."
not be with her at all. But again, he's 12. I think he's younger than her. So fuck it. That he shouldn't be driving. She should. But
He's in a police uniform at a scene.
but he willingly, yeah, okay. I'm not on a moral high horse, but it's gross to me. And so what I noted is there's a lot of neat.
She's a little Lou Divine.
She is. Again, actress was 21 at the time. But they cut back to the killer keeps on, stabbing him in the neck with the knockout juice.
Yeah, whatever the hell.
He
that is.
wakes up with a bandage on his arm. And what's happened is the killer has tattooed Amy's wanted portrait on his arm. Another question. That tattoo is done really well. Is the killer a tattoo artist? Also, because it's a well done tattoo.
Well, he's the Joker of criminals, right? And
it's a fucked up thing to do. I mean, this guy is really,
Yeah.
and we find out why he's messing with Stan, but he just keeps,
well,
and he keeps setting him up for this fall that happens, and it's so great.
so this ties into where he tells him later on when he does that great line. He says, "You and I are very much the same,"
Right.
because this girl's a minor.
Exactly.
And he's now got a permanent record of it on his arm.
Yeah.
He's really fucking with him.
It is. It's, again, but the logistics of it, okay, maybe this guy in the time of his, making a mentor, maybe the mentor's like, hey, get some tattoo skills just in case it comes into play. Maybe? I don't know.
He might have been an artist since childhood. Who knows?
That's good. Okay, let's go with that. He's a tattoo artist as well. So one thing he tried, he failed. Then he had to get a day job working at an insurance company, got married, kids, then killed them, burned their house down.
Or the kids came and he had to go get the day job.
Yeah. All right. So I guess now we feel sorry for this guy?
No. No, I'd be the first one to shoot him.
So they go back to the poker game. And it's clear that Bosch, Maxwell, who we find out later is the father of Amy, something's up. Because he says his wife left him. We don't know what it is. We found out later it's because his daughter's abducted. But he's dealing with this as this is all. So he still goes to poker night, and he's got something he can't share with his fellow officers, and I wonder why. Why? Because there's missing posters of her. You would think.
Well,
Do you think everybody knows that she's missing?
yeah. Because
So everybody in the room knows.
There's a line where they say, "Hey, is you doing okay? Is everything under control?" He's like, "Yeah, everything's under control right now. Let's play some fucking cards or
Right.
whatever." It was like his moment of break. Like, everything's being done for the case that can be done and
Okay.
searching for her, and he's just taking his time out to do
So
the
like
poker night.
just his wife has left.
Yeah.
They've broken.
Yeah, there's all the other detectives now.
Okay.
There's no way. They're all probably involved in helping.
Because it seemed kind of secret in a way, and I thought, I wonder if he hasn't told anybody. But again, there's a missing poster, so you have to think that everybody.
Yeah, no,
was
I
there.
didn't take that to mean that they, didn't know.
So I noted that the killer, when he pulls back into his house, drives a Mercedes.
Yeah.
It's done pretty well for himself.
Yeah.
In the time that ostensibly he
What?
murdered his family and burned his house down,
Where's
what
the
is
money
his
coming
revenue
from?
been? Yeah.
Yeah,
What's his
where-
revenue stream?
Yeah,
If he's pursuing his one goal, there's not a lot of money in that, obviously. So, and the house is, I mean, if it's in rural Indiana, it's not a big house. So maybe just, maybe it's not a newer Mercedes, but it's a Mercedes
yeah.
nonetheless.
Yeah, that part is a mystery.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck?
And he's well dressed, but I enjoy his style.
Yeah.
Good, horrible mask.
Again, what's the income? Well, Amy does say he leaves during the day, for a while and
So
comes
does he
back.
still
So he
have
goes
a
and
day
does
job, something?
He goes somewhere.
He
and
does go
something.
somewhere. So Stan, his first escape attempt, which doesn't work.
No, and boy does he pay for it.
But we'll get there. But he gets himself out, which it seemed logical. Like it seemed like he could physically do that. And sometimes in these movies, when they get out of a jam, it's like, but he breaks one of the chair arms. And
yeah, he's in a chair, and his hands are tied with heavy rope to the arms. His feet are tied, and so he's having the flashbacks of like, don't give up, you know, from the veterans at the table, and then he just starts.
Yeah, because he has the sum total of their stories and their knowledge in his head.
Stories at this point.
I think all of them.
They haven't done all the stories yet.
Yeah, but that's in a flashback. Like, he leaves that night having heard all those stories.
Right, but when they show him in the movie, it's
you as the watcher.
It's like a tennis match. Yeah. But so he, you know, keeps rocking the chair back and forth and is able to pull the wood screws out of the floor that are holding the chair down and get free that way.
Yeah. And what I noticed was, to the killer's point, when he wrestles him down, he seems to have a knowledge of anatomy because he punches. And you know more about this than I do because you're martial arts, but it feels like he breaks bones and he hits certain pressure points. He's like, bah, 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 like a Vulcan neck pinch.
Yeah, he was. Well, he did break. It looked like
he
his
broke
arm wasn't. It looked like he broke his arm.
That's what I thought too.
But his arm isn't broken later on. Clearly.
Right. So, but he must have done things that were very painful, that were incapacitating, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking he has knowledge of anatomy. Again, I think maybe learned from the mentor, which is kind of cool later. And now we get into another flashback. And this is Bernard's flashback. And it's about a young boy who witnessed his parents' murder at the behest of somebody who had a baseball bat. And this one got me. Because this is the first flashback, and stylistically, and hopefully we can describe this right, is Giancarlo Esposito is sharing the story. Now, on the screen, you see Stan, the 12-year-old cop, in Giancarlo's clothes at the time of the... So he is Bernard in the story, weaving through the crime scene.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know, there's so many little spiritual moments in this thing, but if you want to take something like involved in martial arts, when you go into a higher state of consciousness where everything moves in slow motion and, you know, you're able to dispatch your enemies real easily, or you become, when you're practicing your forms, you know, you have to feel the enemy attacking you and you're literally blocking and countering. That's the only thing that makes those rudimental forms,
interesting.
You know, effective. And that's it's role playing. That's exactly what he's doing. But to the degree that you role play effectively is the degree that you will be effective.
So
in
a spiritual
in real life.
Moment could have been
entering that state of being one with, you know, he's becoming that detective so he can gain his experience. He's becoming, you know, sometimes you have to become the bad guy to think like him to catch him.
And this is one moment that scared the shit out of me in this movie is this kid has been questioned a bunch about the brutal murder of his parents in their bedroom. Yeah. And they have him outside. No, he brings him...
Again, a minor without a parent present. So there's the writer was never a cop.
He says, I take him on a car ride, and he brings him back to the house because he thinks something's up. And the kid looks up into the tree. Remember this?
Yeah.
And he ostensibly sees himself all bloody. Scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
He looks so like in the story, the kid witnessed this horrible murder, had nothing else to do but retreat into this tree and freak out until the cops came. That's what I thought. And Giancarlo Esposito's character thinks something's up, and he brings him back into the house.
He says it's in the eyes.
But again, it's Stan in Giancarlo's outfit, but Giancarlo Esposito, the actor himself at the time, is also in the flashback, and so cool.
Yeah, it is. And it that point I just made is
when
what
he's
they're
in the back of the
doing,
car.
But, you know, I don't know. You don't see that in movies very often, if ever. You know, it was pretty creative, that part.
And again, this is where this movie that I didn't expect much from started to keep surprising me.
Yeah, and that's the kind of stuff that gets Ron Pearlman in your cast.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
So, how many tubes of crazy glue does it take to glue a body to a wall?
34. Wrote it down, baby. I'm like, this is a Ryanism right
Holy
here.
Holy shit.
Ryan would write this down, and I wrote it down. I was ready for you.
Here's the thing. and I'll say horror movies try to one up each other with little things. This
Yeah.
was next level fucking bonkers.
Yeah. So this is what he wakes up to because he got the fucking injection in the neck, right?
Yeah,
You know, the knockout
he got
juice.
hit by the killer in different areas. I thought his bones were broken.
Yeah, he got the shit
He gets
kicked
the
out of
neck
him.
shot again.
And then wakes up,
Crazy glued to the fucking wall.
yeah, off the ground. He's in the, he's like a foot off the ground.
It's
crazy glued to the wall.
so. Do you think that's possible to do? Could we get MythBusters on this?
yeah.
34 tubes.
Yeah, get him on it. I
Because what I thought was funny was they didn't have the ground like littered with tubes, which may have been played for comedy. But he asked the guy, he asked Stan the question, like, do you know how many tubes of crazy glue it takes to glue a human to a wall? I know, 34.
So why crazy glue and not super glue? Because I always think super glue, but crazy glue is one.
Crazy glue is
that the
bla-
first one?
That's the brand. It may have been a licensing thing.
Yeah.
Super glue. The super glue people were like, but fuck no, I'm not going to be in this movie. This is horrible. This kid, this 12-year-old cop is dating a 15-year-old kid.
This movie's crazy. Let's use crazy glue.
But it's really effective. And all you're thinking as a viewer is, God damn, that must suck.
Yeah.
And he's talking the killer gets on a box and gets next to his face. And then at one point I noticed a little thing is the killer mimics his
He was in the
position
same pose
on the
Yeah.
wall.
And then, but you hear Amy's voice on the other side of the wall, and aren't they listening? Isn't he kind of? I thought if I remember right, he went up to the wall and was like,
He mimics
just
where he's at.
Oh, what do we hear? Yeah,
And it's a
she's
really
a little
effective
old
scene.
for me.
She's oh gross.
And you're
But not for the 12-year-old cop apparently.
you're complaining
Yeah, no, I know.
that the opposite, and
I
then
know.
the man.
I know. So, and the killer kind of starts to share more of his backstory, which again,
Yeah,
without saying the one thing he probably wants to say, he says, well, there's a lot of internet and the research he did. And what the hell is with the creepy clown and the bunny?
yeah. That's the
Did he find them in a chat room and they just helped him along with his murder plans?
those are fellow constituents in the
Fellow
world
weirdos.
of his first goal.
So he said, oh, that's probably it. The clown and
Yeah,
the bunny.
yeah, and
Okay.
you got Gacy's a clown. And
Y'all can look up what the first goal is. I'm not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about
Ryan
it.
can't go there.
But that's good. Thank you. Because they pop up later, and it's effectively visually.
Yeah, he
They're
had
effective
very
visually.
neat printing though. Did you notice
Yes,
that?
he did.
It was extremely neat.
Well,
But
I
with
bet
his character, everything about him was super.
I bet he
clean,
wrote it more than once.
super.
I bet he wrote it a few times. Nah, not going to work. Stick it on the wall of his burning house. But it was interesting to this flashbacks with him trying to figure out what it is. And then he comes to the point where he says, I need a mentor. And it seems reasonable. If you're going to leave your pedestrian life and commit to one horrible thing.
Yeah. Well, Think and Grow Rich is as crazy as this freaking sounds. Think and Grow Rich is about deciding your one purpose in life, right? The most famous self-help book of all time.
Yeah.
Finding your one purpose in life, writing it down and all the support things that go with it, the 6 goals, and burning all your bridges behind you and not giving, that is your sole purpose.
Burning.
You're going to do it or
Like
you
you
live or
just-
die. Burn the ship,
Yeah.
So
Valhalla.
there's no
fuck it.
way out.
Interesting.
Yeah. And it literally, that's exactly what he does. But with the sickest fucking goal
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
And then he's got, I got to make this mask. How many attempts? I want to see the failed
Did you notice
attempts
how
at
he
the
let
masks.
that one go right by him, ladies and gentlemen. He just let that one breeze over his shoulder.
What did I let you breeze over?
Just now. I said, you didn't want to address it.
What did I not address?
Wait.
We're
The sickest goal
Oh, yeah,
ever
yeah.
being your one purpose in life.
Yeah.
But it fits with the most successful I don't know
Yeah.
if you call that, you wouldn't call it a self-help, but motivational
Self-motivation.
goal meeting
Yeah.
book of all time.
Well, he definitely. I don't know how he finds his mentor. Did they say a Craigslist ad?
No.
Do
no.
they fall in love naturally? They meet on a pier. I like to think they met on an Indiana pier.
Match.com.
So he
shouldn't have said
finds
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. But we're open, y'all. A little independent podcast at gmail.com. And he finds a mentor. And what I think is interesting is we find the mentor, I think, kind of is the granddaddy. He does it all. He does murder. He does vivisection.
Yeah.
He does he does everything.
Well,
he's
and
not just
he's got the full mullet. I mean, he looks like, he's an ex-con.
and so they have an actor who's great at looking like a total crazy dirtbag.
Yeah.
But then they have the mentor bonding training flashback, and I laughed out loud.
It's the music.
They're like eating cotton candy,
Yeah.
and drinking and laughing
And
and
they're-
spitting stuff
They're
out.
playing this like Calliope circus
Yeah.
music. Do, 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 like
And
Benny Hill or something.
he has the mask on the same time, the whole time, right?
Yeah. His mask doesn't come off until it's pulled off of him. Yeah.
And it's so funny the way they do this, and I think it's intentional, and I think it works in this movie, 100%.
Yeah.
To balance with the horrors of what you've already seen or read.
Well, there's plenty of comedic stuff.
There is. All the flashbacks with him
Mm-hmm.
are funny. The mentor bonding, they're holding hands and they're
Yeah,
on a
just
swing
like the
maybe
bunny
at one
rabbit
point
and
in
the
time.
clown outfit
Yeah.
are funny.
But it's this thin guy in this horrible mask and this serial killer.
Yeah. Who looks like what you would picture
Exactly.
a serial killer looking like.
Like, he did it. Yeah, he did it.
Yeah.
That guy did it.
Forget the lineup, it's him.
Then we go back into the poker game. And is this when Maxwell gets a call from the killer saying that the killer wants ransom money? Is
Well,
that
that-
at the poker game?
No.
Okay,
No,
that's
that would
later.
have had to have been after the poker game.
So then we have Maxwell's flashback. That's what it is. And Maxwell is Titus or Bosch, and he's got a pretty crazy flashback. And I want people to watch the movie just for this
yeah.
flashback, because they call it like the sexiest one, and it's not what you think. And what I noticed is when Stan was back in the flashback, it must have been the 80s, because he's wearing like a Miami Vice suit.
Yeah.
He's got like a bright blue T-shirt, and he's got his suit sleeves like rolled up.
Yeah.
Did you ever do that?
He said he might have been wearing a members only.
I might have been, but he's in a suit. Remember in Miami Vice, they would roll their suit sleeves up. Did you ever do that? You
No,
can admit
I
it here.
was the
Admit it here first.
Led Zeppelin
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
bell bottom jeans kind of guy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
Goddamn hippie that they would have hated. Try to shake you down for a reefer.
Right. I looked that part, but I actually didn't. I wrote story 4. 3 bodies missing Pinky. So it
The
was
Pinky Thief,
Yeah, they called him the Pinky.
who was played. And this is a little interesting tidbit. The guy who played the Pinky Thief in the flashback is an actor who's been on a bunch of stuff. He was in a Scary Movie, Freddy vs. Jason. He was in The Predator. His name's Lachlan Monroe, and he's actually a pretty good character actor. He's been in a bunch of stuff. I remember first seeing it. He wasn't highly billed. I'm like, oh, that dude, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Because he plays a guy who abducts.
He's creepy as hell. in
Yeah.
this, with the glasses on and
It's a weird
Yeah.
scene, and Maxwell's way to get out of this pickle as a young rookie was clever, and I think that's the lesson. You have to be clever, you have to be bold, think of things that nobody would think
well,
of.
when you're on your own,
Yeah.
and it's just up to you. You gotta make your play.
Yeah.
That's what he says, the Clint Eastwood voice.
But yeah, that guy's just so grizzled and gruff,
Yeah.
and I think that's when he gets. We find out that Amy is Maxwell's daughter, and he gets the ransom call. The killer, for some reason, decides to ask for a ransom.
Well, he tells when I don't know if I wrote down when the call came, but it wasn't during the poker game. So
But yeah, it's
It was
around this time
after.
because they give Maxwell his time. He gets to tell a story, and then it cuts to him. It cuts to the killer.
yeah, I just cut the dad at door, bad guy with Precious.
And when does the
catch up?
killer give Amy the phone and says you're free to go? Is that later?
That was the call to dad.
That was the call to dad.
Yeah.
So because he tricks her psychologically and says, "Call your family. I don't need you anymore. I've got this other guy."
Mm-hmm.
She calls, and then he drugs her and says ransom. Then Maxwell shows up at the drop, and a creepy guy holding a dog, which does kind of look like Precious from Silence of the Lambs. I didn't think
I
about
wrote
it.
Precious down and
my
I pointed
God.
at our shirts, our uniforms.
And, we don't know anything at this time. But it's a guy who's got his hood up. He's got a creepy pencil thin mustache holding a dog. And Maxwell puts a gun in this dude's face.
So is that the first time we see his face?
Yes.
Yeah,
First time you
so
see
we
his
don't
face.
know it's
You don't
him.
know who he is.
Right.
But Maxwell puts a gun in this dude's face, like in front of his door. And the guy's like, I didn't know. I was just walking by. And and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, dude, this guy's the cop's unhinged.
And he sells it.
And he does.
Yeah.
And this person,
Just like Buffalo Bill would.
just like, wait, what?
Wait, was she a real big fat person?
Just like, and this person follows Maxwell back to his car, tasers him,
In the neck.
and
Or on the back, maybe.
It's
I
a
don't
great
know.
commercial for tasers. These things are really effective.
Yeah, we need to get the brand.
And then what I think is funny is he just drops the dog. So not only is he steals the dog,
and he unhooks the collar. He's holding the dog, and the dog has the collar and the leash.
yeah,
He unhooks the leash, lets the dog run away, and just throws the leash.
yeah. So he stole a dog.
Yeah, he stole the dog just for that. The guy's obviously well, Kempfer, the serial killer. I just saw his thing in Mindhunter and his real interview a few days ago. He had an IQ of 145.
Jesus,
Yeah.
wow.
So he was smarter than everybody else that ever came in
Wow.
contact with him, by far.
Unbelievable.
So there you go.
Well, so how would you get off a wall that you're crazy glued to?
The effects of when he's like pulling away, and when he first discovers that he's stuck to the wall and he's just screaming out loud because he can't. He's trying to pull his face
know,
off, but
I
he
know.
can't.
It's so hard to watch.
But he can't do it. So he
And
gets a
you
little
have,
help
like,
from his.
It's good makeup effects,
Yeah.
I think. There's not a lot of gore in this movie or anything, but
No, but the sound effect of that skin
Yeah.
trying to peel off the wall and him screaming.
and he eventually peels it off and takes a huge chunk of his cheek
Well,
off.
the man does it. He pulls his head.
Oh, he
Yeah,
does.
Says
That's
you
right.
want to
He's
feel what it's
trying,
like.
Yeah,
He's trying to get him to get his level of dedication.
yeah. And so he leaves him there, and then Stan eventually gets free, but not without a great deal of
he
difficulty.
already had his face loose, and then him and Amy, he musters it out because he's talking to Amy through
Yeah.
the wall, and then he rips himself apart.
And he falls to the ground.
Or no, he rips his leg free, his right leg free, and then he kicks the water pipe. He hears the water running in the pipe
and
over
lets
his
the
head,
water run over him. Yeah.
and then the pipe comes loose and knocks him out.
yeah.
And then he wakes up with all the water running down the wall, which has loosened the crazy glue
Right.
enough for him to
That's insult to injury.
yeah.
Being crazy glued to the goddamn wall and then knocked out for a bit.
Knocked out when you
And then you got to pull yourself. So I wondered.
And little Amy's like, "What happened?" Well, let me explain this to you.
And he's got a huge face wound at this point. It's
Yeah.
a gnarly, like,
The size of a softball.
huge.
Yeah.
Most of his cheek. So what's interesting to this part, and this is where all the twists come in. Do you think it's too many twists from this point forward? Because there's a bunch.
No, I mean,
it didn't bother you?
It loses people. If we're the kind of guys that watch something more than once.
Yeah.
So if you only watch it once, if you're going to the fridge, if you're coming back, if you're on your phone, if you're doing stuff like that, you're probably not
Yeah.
gonna like this movie because you're gonna miss a bunch of stuff.
Right.
You gotta be.
So
you got to be in it.
But I liked it more, aside from not liking the main character too much. But this is where it gets really clever for me. Because Stan is free. He finds a gun. Interesting.
Yeah.
And
he kicks. Is this where he kicks?
he kicks
through the wall?
through the
Kicks
wall.
to the brick wall. Yeah.
And it's wood and brick and old. And I bought that.
Yeah.
But he finds a gun and he's waiting for the killer to come in, which the killer does. Now, here's my question. The killer comes in. Amy is screaming in protest.
This part bothered me.
Okay.
It didn't make sense.
So Stan kills the killer, shoots him.
Well, he's got the mask on.
Yeah, it's the killer.
Yeah, he comes through the
comes
door, gun in hand. Or no.
I don't think he had anything in his hand. He's just there.
No, it was okay. The gun was
The gun, yeah.
yeah, we're motioning. Okay.
So Stan shoots and kills the killer.
Yeah.
But Amy is freaking out. No, no, no.
And
So
screaming
do
hysterically.
you think she saw the switch?
I don't know how she would have possibly known. I didn't.
Because I wrote down
that part bothered me.
Why
How,
did she protest so much?
How did she know that it
like
was
she couldn't
her?
have Stockholm syndrome at this point in time. She was clearly still traumatized by this guy.
I took it like that she knew who it was.
I thought so too. So
but I don't understand how.
I bet the killer showed her. I bet the killer psychologically, again, to mess with her, because what we find out is the person in the mask is not the killer. It's Maxwell, Amy's dad.
Who gets shot to death right in front of Amy because she hasn't been traumatized enough yet.
I bet the killer, the killer
she's
intentionally showed her gagging and bounding her dad, putting the thing on, and she knew exactly who it was coming in that door.
Yeah, I only took it as like, it's his daughter. She's lived with him her whole life. She just recognized his body, because the other guy is really super thin. I mean, I didn't pick up on it until they pulled the mask
Maybe I'm
off.
looking too much into it, but now that we're talking it out, because I was perplexed by it, but I think if from what we know about this killer thus far, he absolutely showed her him dressing her dad in his gear, and she knew exactly who it was coming in, and that's why she was saying no.
Yeah,
that's messed up.
That's what you think he
Yeah.
is not shown.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so now they go back, and my clip has something to do with this, but it also has to do with finally going back to the reason why Stan is a hero.
Okay. When you were queuing up your phone a minute ago, I thought for sure you were going to play the clip of the crazy glue sound.
The sound.
I have him peeling it
thought
off the
about
wall. I thought I like.
You know me really
he's
well.
Going
I
there.
did. I thought
he's
about it.
He's gonna do it.
Because I did it with the mouth sounds in Skin of the Wolf.
Oh.
And I thought about it. I swear to God, I did. I didn't do it.
Oh, yeah. When you were queuing it up, I'm like, oh, God, he's doing it.
Just because this one, I figured we could go long because of how many ins and outs, but we're doing well. But we finally find out why he's a hero. And he's in a train yard. Do you remember why he's in the train yard? Does he get a call? Because he's kind of leisurely.
Yeah, he was. So he's a patrolman, and he got a call because this guy was complaining about his phone bill being like $7,000.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just out walking through, and it's not a train yard. It's a
shipping container yard. Yeah, sorry.
And he's walking through, and it's a beautiful night, full moon, and so he decides to just climb up on top of the shipping containers and walk along, so he can see the moon better.
The moon, yeah.
Yeah, and then,
but he's tracking.
He finds
a
the phone
line.
cord. Yeah, I didn't know if that was
no.
Clip. Okay.
He's tracking a phone line, which is interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works, but it does.
It was a landline that they plugged into somewhere.
Yeah.
And we're just feeding off of the phone bill there.
So he falls into, or he lowers himself into a shipping container.
Yeah, there was a hole cut in the roof of that one.
Did he smell something at that time, or does he smell something when he's in it?
I don't know that he ever smelled. Did they address the smelling? Because they were all wrapped in plastic bags. So.
That's true.
He lowers himself into a slaughterhouse of wrapped up human bodies.
Yeah, it's dark.
Yeah.
And he puts his flashlight on and sees a multitude of bodies.
Yeah.
And it just so happens that the timing is such that this container is opened and you hear somebody say something like, this is good, this is good. And it's in my clip. This is good, this is good. And as a rookie, like kind of not looking, he just shoots and kills a person who we later find out is the serial killer that he mentioned. Terrence Albee.
Yeah.
So a renowned serial killer
which
who's
is
been
who
at
he's
large.
famous for. And and the irony of part of it, which I guess we'll
get there.
Okay.
But so all you know is that he accidentally killed this renowned serial killer people have been after. And so this is his kind of monologue after that. Because I think it's kind of, it's profound about when you talk to policemen and you know this, how rare it is to use your weapon, discharge it. It's rare. You could go through an entire career without discharging your weapon. And that's a big deal, right? Because anytime you shoot, there's paperwork involved.
Well, there's an investigation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they show a few times that he does it, but this is his monologue.
Little Jimi Hendrix.
This is good. Real good. Terrence Albee. I just shot Terrence Albee. Never had fired a gun at a person until then, and I killed him. They called me a hero. They made me a detective, but I really had nothing to do with it. I was just lucky. I wanted to see the moon. 3 times I pulled my gun, but I had never, ever shot and killed an innocent man. Until today.
He says, I'll get to the mic. He says, innocent man. I never shot and killed an innocent man.
Yeah. So he's reflecting on the fact that he's fired at 2 people and killed them both. One was not innocent. One was Maxwell.
No, the first 2 times he discharged his gun were accidental. One he's shooting at the ground. It goes off when he's on a stop.
Yeah.
It was the first time he shot at an actual person.
Yeah.
He says innocent person, which leads into the fact that all those bodies were not
Yeah.
not the mentors.
Because he said, I killed Terrence Albee.
Yeah. But the man, our kidnapper, the masked man,
I
is the
think
one
he's
who
the
killed
one
all those
saying-
bodies. He says later
Yeah.
on, he was showing them off to
The
his
mentor saying, very good,
Yeah.
very good. That's
and
the
you
mentor.
took that from me.
Yeah. So I
Little
think that's
John Wick for you.
kind of interesting. And so it turns out that he has killed this infamous serial killer who they think,
Yeah.
and he becomes a hero and gets promoted to
It'd be
detective.
like shooting Ted Bundy after the Gainesville.
Exactly.
Or after the.
Exactly.
What college was it? It wasn't Gainesville. It was.
Florida State?
Florida State is.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
True crime people, we're sorry.
Yeah. And I'm a true crime person. I like it. but-
We're not experts. We're lovers of movies and things.
So, yeah, wherever.
So Ron Pearlman, in our biggest Silence of the Lambs crossover, Ron Pearlman shows up at the killer's house a la Clarice Starling. Did you think that?
No.
Yeah, he shows up at the killer. He doesn't know. I don't know how he gets there, but he's canvassing the neighborhood, and he shows up at the killer's house.
Yeah.
And the
I guess I thought of it more when he was carrying the poodle in.
No, Ron Pearlman shows up like, we're just doing a couple of, we're canvassing the neighborhood, and I think then Ron Pearlman gets suspicious and he asks to come in, and what I think is kind of interesting is the killer asks, "Hey, do you have a partner in the car?"
Yeah.
Because he wants to know how much coffee to make.
Yeah, that was really clever.
Right?
Nope, it's just me. Well, he says why.
Yeah. I just want to know how much coffee to make if I give you coffee.
Yeah.
So, but you as the audience know, and Ron Pearlman gets suspicious immediately
Yeah.
and discovers this guy's weird den of TVs and what have you. Now, Ron Pearlman shoots the killer, and you learn this from Zombieland. Double tap. Isn't that a thing? Like, make sure they're down. Because he shoots the killer, and then Ron Pearlman ends up going down into the dungeon, finds Stan, and is like, "Oh, God, we're going to get you out of here, buddy." Killer's not dead.
Yeah, and he tells him, Stan's like, what did you stop him with, or wanted to ask him that? And when he as soon as he does, a bullet goes right through Ron Pearlman's
from the back.
from the back.
That's effective.
Just like in was it Wanted? What's the one with McAvoy? Wanted?
With the stupid curved bullet. I still haven't come around.
Yeah, but
in
that's
that movie.
that's how it.
I-
That's the same scene with when
right,
Morgan
I think-
Freeman gets taken out
Yeah.
by McAvoy.
It's
looks just like
effective. It's really effective.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit. And so
Yeah.
Ron Perlman is shot. There's a kind of like that weird scene where Stan is envisioning being at the poker table. He wins a hand. He's still tied to the chair. So it's maybe him just kind of hallucinating or having this like dramatic moment at the end.
Well, it's like a consultation from all the real time from the dead and the ones that aren't that
Yeah.
didn't get killed. It's
Yeah.
like they're all consulting him in his head,
Yeah.
because it's such a desperate moment.
So Stan ends up getting a gun, which is a brilliant part of this whole thing.
He leaves the gun on the step.
Yeah, the killer leaves the gun on the step, fleeing.
Yeah.
Stan grabs the gun to pursue. The police are already there.
He told him he had he was now a mentor and his protege was
Yeah.
showing up.
Oh, we should say what happened was that Stan killed the killer's mentor. That's why the killer is doing all this.
Yeah, and that's why he called him an innocent man.
Yeah.
What the Tilly? What you said his name was?
See, I just said it. Lawrence Albee?
Albie. That's it.
Terrence Albee. Sorry.
When he killed, that's why he was an innocent man because
He
all
wasn't
those
an innocent
bodies
man.
were not
I
his.
mean, he
no,
did a
he's-
whole bunch of bad shit.
But
He's
they-
not innocent.
But all those bodies that were hanging in that
Interesting.
were the work of the man. In the
So that's the main motivation of the killer, is that Stan killed his mentor, which I think is not fun, but a cool premise.
And it took him the whole movie to figure it out, and he kind of chastised him for that.
Yeah,
like, you
yeah,
dumbass! I thought you'd have figured this out
And
earlier.
he does poke, the killer does poke at him. And Stan emerges from the house with a gun that he cannot drop. And why is that?
Yeah, we find out
This guy loves crazy glue.
that he has an like Amazon is sold out of crazy glue because this guy bought every case.
So Stan's got a gun that is crazy glued to his hand that he can't drop. The police officers, seeing him covered with blood and maybe somebody spotted the Amy tattoo on his arm, shoot him thinking he is the suspect,
And down he goes.
which is the first shot of the movie. Is,
And cut to Ron Perlman's body being handcuffed to where the masked man was, where the bad guy was.
Yeah.
So he did a little switcheroo, went out the back door,
Yeah.
and poor Stan ends up in jail.
He ends up in jail, and you think that's the end of the movie.
Because Amy is in a coma.
It fades to black. Like, that's the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And then it restarts.
And we find out Amy's in a coma, and that's his only alibi.
Yeah.
And when she wakes up, then they let
She
him
finally starts to say he didn't do it. It was this other person.
out. Yeah.
Which I think the stop-start at the end was kind of cool. Like, if it ended with Stan... Do you think that's rewrites or reshoots? Do you think it really ended with Stan in prison and that's it? And then test audiences or somebody was like, we need a happier ending?
You said it made $7,500
$7,000 in the theater.
In the theater.
I purchased it for
So you think
$2
there's
from
time
Family
for
Video.
reshoots on this with Ron, with that cast
Well, they don't need any of those people.
for the ending.
They
You're
just
right.
need
the
the lead actor.
Stan and Amy.
So I like the end because the end kind of mirrors Cunningham's journey because it's like this obsessive. So Stan gets out of prison. He's reinstated. And he is pursuing this killer.
Yeah, and all that's a jump from reality.
Yeah.
That's
that's true.
You just got to take that leap with them.
Yeah, that's true.
But I like the ending. But now that you said that, when when they went to black, if it had ended there, that would have been satisfying too.
I agree.
Because it would have been
100%
like,
agree.
But it's like he wanted to drive home his point
Yeah.
that there's sometimes they're smarter than us, but we don't talk about them,
Yeah.
or we just pretend they don't exist. Is what
Yeah.
he said.
And it ends with Stan at the poker game with the surviving members of the Scrooge crew and a new person. And then you see bits of Stan pursuing this killer and a shot of him shooting the killer. And I don't know if it's too much or not enough, but you notice that the killer has a gun glued to his hand, and it's not. He raises the mask, and it's not.
And it's
the
not
guy.
him, and he doesn't say a thing
But
because
Stan,
we just don't talk about
Stan
those.
doesn't know what the killer looks like. So the only reason he knows he may have not gotten the right
Oh,
guy.
I didn't take that at all.
He never saw that guy's face. He never saw the killer's face.
I took it away that because the movie literally ends with the one, I don't remember his name, but the one grizzled veteran saying, "We just pretend they don't exist." So when he pulls the mask away and sees he got the wrong guy, it's just like, well,
I think he knows he got the wrong guy, but not
Yeah.
because of the face, because of the glued gun in the hand. Because I don't think Stan.
Well, then why show the face?
I don't think Stan. Just so
we know.
We know.
Yeah.
We're dumb. Like, oh, audience.
Well, that's the only way we would have known, but I didn't pick that up. That he never saw.
I don't think he ever did.
Oh man, you're gonna make me watch it again.
He just saw him in the mask every single time. The only time unless the killer had his mask off at some point walking around the dungeon.
No,
but
I mean,
every
literally
interaction
in the
with
movie.
Stan is with the mask on. He never sees him with the mask off. So why even look at the face? I think the key is the gun is glued to the hand.
Yeah.
And it's the same. This guy's MO, gluing guns to hands. Like you're right.
So they get shot.
Just track all the crazy glue sales in that state, and you got your fucking guy.
Yeah.
Well,
And it's 2014, so you could do that then. It's not like it's,
yeah.
1980.
Again, I had some problems with it logically, but it was fun to talk through this with you.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed watching it again. I think it's clever, and the flashbacks make it pop. The actors make it pop, except for the lead actor I still think sucks.
There's a lot to appreciate,
Yeah.
for sure. And
I thought it was unique. It was
there's
original.
a lot of clever, unique writing in it.
Yeah. So as we do, I have, we'll end with
A little time for reviews.
some reviews. I have a negative one and a positive one.
It's like a battery.
This is, what's funny is I way more enjoy reading the reviews for your movies than mine.
Because,
Because you don't care as much, maybe.
Let's see how spiritual you really are.
But when,
Let's
and
see if you can.
I will tell you, I work just as hard to find crazy bad reviews for my movies as yours.
Okay.
But it's just more fun when it's yours because
You put a little more oomph in them than.
I'm going to say that the bad review does kind of support what I'm saying.
Okay.
So this is from imdb.com. It's a 1 out of 10, and it's titled, "The Main Character is Dumber Than a Bag of Hammers." Initially, it was promising, but slowly and surely, it made my blood boil like lava. My teeth are well-ground stumps, and I'm here writing this review at 3:15 a.m. when I should be in bed, only to save others from experiencing this utter pile of drivel. I held on to the end, stupidly. I think me and my friend suffered more than all the murder victims in this by watching the entire thing. The main character is at the core of all my rage. He was so unbelievably dumb that he'd be beaten by a cow that has suffered a shotgun blast to the head in a game of noughts and crosses, yet the writer wants us to believe that somehow, thanks to his fairy godmother, he made detective. Now, again, I apologize for my ignorance. Is this a noughts and crosses? I didn't look this up. Is that a British thing?
I don't know.
So again, he'd be beaten by a cow that has suffered a shotgun blast to the head in this game. The only way this prepubescent cop would make detective is if he won his badge in a police raffle, but even then, I wouldn't be surprised if he couldn't read the numbers on his ticket. If this person was real, he would need carers 24/7 to help him walk in a straight line, let alone tie his shoelaces. Visually, it wasn't bad, and apart from the infuriating lead character, the rest were very good. I don't blame the main actor. Bad writing and casting is to blame here. It was a total waste of a good team because of something so basic. If this was a late 80s film, it would be funny, but in 2014, it's just embarrassing. I actually feel much better now that this is off my chest. It's like this film created a small black slug of negativity inside me, and I desperately needed to spit it out before it grew into a large snake consuming me as I sleep. Night, night.
Wow. Well,
Do you see a trend of these negative reviews?
Yeah.
Like, these are real people,
well,
ostensibly.
it's it's triggering stuff, inside of people that are having issues with other things in life, and this is their way of getting
Christ.
it out.
All right, and the last one is a 9 out of 10. A wonderful trip down a dark alley. I walked into this film knowing nothing about it and expecting absolutely nothing. It was a wonderful and delicious surprise. Delicious. Lately, wifey and I have been feasting on the first 2 seasons of Hannibal, so slipping into poker night was an extremely snug fit for our current mindset.
Oh,
this a euphemism
he
for
is
sex?
so creative.
Slipping right in. Its narrative felt very Fight Club. Its presentation in ways reminded me of Boondock Saints, movie I love, and its delivery kept me very engaged once I allowed the story to unfold. The cast was top-notch, the story itself was wonderfully crafted, and presents itself with a night at the poker table while detectives share horror stories with one another. As these detectives share in their experiences over an evening of poker that takes place in the past, the main character is abducted. Okay, that's the plot. With a blending of tales from the force and an immediate threat, the story does well presenting past and present while running poker night in parallel with a plot of sadistic revelation through the eyes of a madman. All the side tales and mini-stories go far to keep you interested in what comes next, dare I say, even as much as the main story currently unfolding does.
Jesus.
Which I agree. I think that
He's really going to town here.
people giving this title a 1 out of 10 are obviously a little too pampered with their films. Quote, sign me up for your club of awesomeness, please. End quote. And perhaps biased to their own taste for it. Primarily being, I felt this film had a strong script. It also had a great team, and the conclusion made evil me smile a bit as well. This will most certainly be an overlooked film in 2014, but for what few of us enjoy a good story with some excellent twists and turns, this will certainly be a great detour to embark on and enjoy.
Wow. Evil me.
Evil me. So I think we have 2 mad people with our reviews this time. But thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed.
I did.
The journey.
I did. And again, you cannot get a cast like that.
Yeah.
With as busy as they were at that time with all their, they were all in major TV shows.
And they weren't just in one location. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people who shot for 3 days in a movie and it made it feel like way longer was not the case because they had to be in those flashbacks. They had to be in different locations. So everybody committed to the movie for sure.
Yeah.
And it had a great villain, some funny moments,
Yeah.
which is weird.
But and again, you got to have a good script to get those people to sign on.
Yeah.
And they weren't paid a lot of money.
Guaranteed not.
No, it was, they just giving the kid a chance, give him a break.
All right. Well, thank you all for listening. We truly appreciate you. Again, we're enjoying what we're doing. We'll put images up on Facebook, and you can email us at a little independent podcast.
And we
at
just
gmail.com.
got, sorry, it just interrupted our
Oh no, you're fine.
our .com there. That was
A little independent podcast at gmail.com.
yeah. Marketing 101. Don't overtalk. So the logo.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're quite a few episodes into it, so the logo will precede us.
Well, but for us, we're launching after we do 10 episodes.
So, okay,
but we just got our
like
logo
this
designed.
movie, we're going back and forwards in time.
Yeah.
You will see the logo before you hear the first episode. But you're going to get to this episode, and we're going to tell you we just got our logo.
Fits right in.
Yeah. Mind's
like
blown,
a
everybody.
glove.
Thank you for listening. And Todd,
Yes, Ryan.
we'll always have Monty Doro. Who are those guys?
Who are those guys? You'll love it. It's just a little
Love it. It's just as
Like-
little independent. You know what I mean? You're about to say.
You'll love it. It's just a little independent. You're going to love it. It's just a little independent. I'm introducing a movie to you.
Like you're about to.
All right, yeah.
Just as a little independent.